Right, so what is up, guys? SDPZ here, and you cannot tell me that Jake Paul versus Ben Askren was not rigged. Yes, I said it, the fight was rigged. And if you haven't seen it, and if you have seen it and you don't think that, I'm concerned for you. So, to give you some context, this is Ben Askren he is fighting. A UFC fighter. And if you don't know who Ben Askren is, that's understandable. He's fallen off the radar a bit in the last few years, since he got knocked out by that knee by Jorge Masvidal in like 5 seconds or whatever. He's fallen off the radar a bit because obviously his UFC career kind of stalled at that point. Obviously because he's just been absolutely knocked clean out by one of the best fighters in the game. If you don't know who he is, he's one of the better UFC fighters. He's very good at wrestling. His punch and his actual fighting game is not insane, but his wrestling and his groundwork in UFC was absolutely fantastic. So as you can imagine, going into boxing maybe wasn't his wisest decision, and probably was Jake Paul's wisest decision. So what he's now done, he's got a credible win behind him, a win where he's beaten a professional fighter, a UFC fighter, and that looks really, really good until you delve into it and realise that Ben Askren's never been good at punching and has lost his first boxing fight. Now, yes, it looks great for Jake Paul, and I'm sure he's probably buzzing with his 65 mil they've apparently earned in pay-per-view sales and his money that he's been absolutely thrown at him for winning the fight. Now, fair play to him. He won the fight fair and square. He got a good punch off. But you're trying to tell me that one punch knocked down Ben Askren? One punch? One punch knocked down Ben Askren? This Ben Askren that... What, this guy? The man that took like 15 odd punches to the head and elbows to the face and then went on to win that fight. You're telling me that one punch knocked him out? Really? Are you sure about that? I ain't so sure. I can't see how that's even possible. To one punch to knock him out when he survived something like that in UFC, a much more brutal sport where there is less protection and it is all obviously just absolute brutal punches and knockouts. He lost the fight to one punch. Really? And it wasn't even like a knockout punch. It wasn't that great, but yes, it's a good punch. Obviously, he gets contact on him. But it's not a knockout punch. It wouldn't knock someone out. He sort of goes to the floor he just sort of, he's like cradling about on the floor, like crawling about as if he's been cleaned out. And you can see that he hasn't. He gets back up. He looks a bit shaky, but he's all right. He goes to the ref. I'm good. The ref says, "Are you sure?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good." The ref goes, "No, you're not." Calls the fight off. I'm sorry, what? He called the fight after the one punch in the first minute. He asked the boxer if he was okay, and he said yes, and he called the fight. That doesn't sound rigged at all, does it? That sounds really fair and legitimate. That doesn't sound rigged in any way, shape, or form. Really fair. No money being paid off to the referee here.
Very false. Very false.
True.
And Ben Askren clearly got paid as well. If we've seen the afterwards images of the fight, which I'm sure you have, there's videos of Ben Askren. He's walking away from the ring with his wife. Bear in mind, this is a man who's just been knocked out in about a minute in his first boxing fight. So you'd imagine, in your first boxing fight, you've been knocked out after a minute by a YouTuber, not a boxer, a YouTuber. You've been knocked out in a minute, and you can see him and his wife are absolutely buzzing. They're smiling, they're walking away, they're having a great time. Because he's just earned his bag that he's been paid to make it look like he lost. Let's be honest, it doesn't look like he trained. He was absolutely massively... Like, he looked at his body was so out of shape. He didn't look like he trained very hard. He didn't look like he put any effort in. He was probably told, "Here's your bag, make it look like you're training. Here's a milli." It's as simple as that. And if you don't believe it, I'm worried for you because it just looks so dodgy. The fight looks shit. I'm so glad I didn't stay up for it and that I watched it in the morning. If I'd stayed up for that, I'd have been fuming in the UK. I stayed up till 4 in the morning to watch that absolute shambles of a clearly fixed and rigged fight. I'd be fuming. Honestly, it just looked like such a shambles. And fair play to Jake. You know, he's got that credible win under his belt now. He's not just beaten 2 YouTubers and a basketballer now. He's beaten a professional fighter. So he's got that credible win. And unless you look into it and realise, obviously, Ben isn't really a professional fighter. He's a professional UFC fighter, not a boxer. He could never punch in UFC. He was a wrestler. And the fact that he's now retired and has become a wrestling trainer, not a fighting trainer, a wrestling trainer, kind of shows you where his strengths are, doesn't it? Not in a boxing ring. So, yes, he's now got this credible win behind him of beating a professional fighter. It's bullshit. It's not a professional win. Fuck off. And now he's called out Tommy Fury. Tommy Fury. Can we just have a quick chat about the fact that Tommy Fury isn't a professional boxer? Yes, he has professional. He's not a boxer. I don't care what you say. He'd not. Yeah, obviously I know he'd knock me out, but he's not a boxer. He's not a boxer, is he? He's been on Love Island. He's with Molly May. He's an influencer. He posts brand deals on his story. He's clearly he's an influencer come boxer, exactly the same as Jake Paul, a social media star who's taken up boxing. It's the same as Tommy. This isn't a professional fight. Why doesn't he fight these people that are calling him out? People that actually are fighters. Dylan Dennis, Dustin Poirier, Conor McGregor, Nate Diaz. These people that are fighters, born, bred, punchers, fighters who would knock him out. Why doesn't he fight them? Obviously he's not going to fight them because he'd lose. He's fighting the easy fight every single time. Tommy Fury is obviously the easy fight. Would I watch it? Yes. Am I the gassed? No. Of course I'm not, because everybody wants to see him fight KSI. The YouTube fight that everybody wants is the one fight that he seems to be ducking. It's ridiculous. Honestly, it's so stupid now. It's so obvious that it was rigged, and if you don't agree, I slightly worry for you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, but I can't see how it wasn't rigged. Looks dodgy to me. Let me know whether you think this is a credible win for Jake or it just looks a bit shit. He's not really a professional fighter, but fair play to Ben. He jumped in the ring, he earned his money. He did his thing. I think the real winner of the night was Pete Davidson. Basically just chatted shit about Jake Paul the whole night. It was absolutely hilarious if you didn't see it. Probably go and find it on Twitter or YouTube. It's probably not very difficult to find. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. Thank you very much for watching. Support recently has been insane. Obviously, we've gained over 200 subscribers in the last month. Obviously, that is mainly due to the Lauren Alexis OnlyFans video, which I believe is now my actually most viewed video on YouTube at 48,000 views or something. So if you haven't already, please go and watch that. Let's try and get up to 50,000 views. Get my first video to ever hit 50,000 views. That'd be insane. And obviously, that's where all the subscribers seem to have come from. So thank you to Lauren for just having an amazing arse, basically, and getting the clickbait views in. Fair play, you're a ledge, and you've done bits for the channel, and I look forward to meeting you at Clash of Creators. And if you don't already know about that, then that is a football event that isn't part of the Super League, so go and buy tickets for that down below. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new around here and drop a like if you did enjoy. Thank you for watching, and peace.